This video is not for you if you don't want to accomplish extreme success. If you don't want to be super successful, if you want to be average, regular, then I don't want to waste your time, man. Go do some other shit. You know, what you don't need to do is watch this video and then say, oh, I can't do this, man. What about me? I got 37 kids or some shit. Listen, I ain't tell you to have all them kids. I ain't tell you to fuck all them women without a condom. I would have told you to use a condom. I'd advise against impregnating all the women. Stop blaming me or your children for your failure. You should be watching them little bastards instead of watching this video, man, because they need diapers, Pampers, and a dad who's not a dipshit. Hopefully their stepdad is watching this video so they can maybe experience some success in their life, because they're not going to get it from you. Not with that attitude. There's something that's been holding you back coming successful or as successful as you want to be. It's this lie. You see it all the time. I see it everywhere I go. People are telling this lie, and people have been telling this lie forever. You've been hearing this lie all your life. And the lie is that you need to have a balance, right? Specifically, work-life balance. I want to tell you that it's a lie. If you want to be extremely successful, if you just want to be a regular guy doing regular shit, hey, I'm sure you have redeeming qualities outside of your work ethic, and you can just do that. You don't need to watch this video. Go be balanced and everything's fine. If you want extreme success or extreme results, can't get there being balanced. Because the world is not crazy enough, not yet, where you can get extreme results without extreme effort. Here's what your life looks like. So people think, when they think work-life balance, I'm not really sure what they think they mean, but I think they mean what I'm about to say. I think it should be equal. Your life, there should be work, there should be life, and then, you know, what are you gonna do the other third? You're gonna what? Sleep. A perfectly balanced life, it'd be 8 hours of work, 8 hours of recreation, party, whatever the fuck else you do, and then 8 hours of sleep. That would actually be a perfectly balanced life. And it makes sense if you don't think about it. It makes sense. Oh, let's separate these things. But here's the thing. Your work and your life are not separate things, right? Your work life and sleep, these are not separate things. Because if you don't get enough sleep, will that affect your work? Will that affect your personal life? Yes. If something happens in your fucking life, if you get a divorce or a health problem or something, is that going to affect your work? Yes. If you get fired from your job or you're stressed out at work, is that going to affect your life? Yes. So you only have one life. There's no work in this life. There's one thing. It is integrated. The worst part of this is trying to be balanced. This is what everybody talks about. This equals average, right? Now, it has to, because this is what most people do. They work 8 hours a day, they sleep 8 hours a day, and then they spend 8 hours doing other shit. There's no way that can't equal average. What does the average American's life look like? Well, the average American is not living a life that you should aspire to. You don't need to watch personal development and self-help videos to be one of these motherfuckers, right? Because the average American has less than $1,000 in a bank account. That's a real stat. The average American is 17 pounds overweight. Fat losers. I'm sure they have redeeming qualities outside of their financial condition and appearance, but I don't think you can call being fucking 17 pounds overweight and less than $1,000 in your bank account successful. And that's what a balanced life leads to. Trying to be balanced is literally taking a vow of mediocrity, because balance and average are synonymous as they pertain to success and achievement, because extreme success has to come from extreme effort. The world is not crazy enough for it to happen any other way. That shit don't even happen in the movies. You have never seen a movie about somebody accomplishing something great and they just strolled to their goal and it was super easy, man. They had a bunch of recreation and they lived a totally balanced life and they accomplished something fucking stupendous. One, that'd be a boring ass movie. And two, Hollywood wouldn't put out something so unrealistic. That doesn't even happen in a movie, man. Batman was not fucking balanced. James Bond does not live a balanced life. Sure, he may get drunk, fuck a horror to every movie, but for the most part, that's a very small part of what he does. He's really tipping the scales in fucking action and work, saving Great Britain and or the world from some nigga, right? You know? everyone you look up to, everyone who's your hero, none of them were balanced. And every once in a while, you see these rich guys talking about living a balanced life on the internet. And one of them comes to mind, my homie, the big homie, one of my mentors, Ty Lopez. He's been going around saying this. You know, it's difficult to see the picture when you're inside the frame. But he's saying that now because Ty is a multi fucking millionaire. He's really got a ton of money. But I remembered being with Ty, kicking it with him before the fucking Here in My Garage video. And it was not balanced. This motherfucker worked. But there's a secret to why he's saying it's balanced. I don't think it felt like hard work to him. I think you see that with a lot of these entrepreneurs. You know, this whole balanced life, when they start saying this, once they're rich, it is the domain of the privileged. Once you reach a certain amount of success, you can say all that shit. Or success is relative. So if you're happy where you are, then yeah, being balanced makes a lot of sense. If you're satisfied with your current level of achievement, then yeah, being balanced makes a ton of sense. But if you are striving for something and it's something great, then being balanced makes no fucking sense. It literally makes no sense. That shit does not happen in Hollywood. Now you may be thinking to yourself, Brandon, what about enjoying life? You gotta live a little, man. You gotta enjoy life. Enjoy life. All right, fucking Ferris Bueller. I know you want to fucking party all day, but listen, hear me out. When most people talk about enjoying life in this context, I don't want to work all day. I want to enjoy life. I want to do all this other shit. That's because they don't enjoy work. So they have to escape with all this enjoying life and shit. In this video, I'm going to show you the cheat code to get around this so you can actually work more and enjoy life. But we're not talking about balance. We're talking about integration. People they fucking hate their work. Right? So they gotta fucking get high and shit like Scooby-Doo all the time. They gotta fucking do a bunch of recreation outside of work. So they spend half their awake hours doing something they hate, and they spend the other half fucking partying up. Work hard, play hard. What if you didn't have to do that? What I'm talking about, what I'm going to explain in this video, is another way. What if it was this? What if you enjoyed this and enjoyed this? Then it wouldn't feel like a sacrifice to do what you have to do for success, which is you have to skew this more this way. You know what I'm saying? Or depending on where you at and depending on the size of your goals, it might have to be more like this, right? Depending on where you at and where you want to be. Who knows? But if you enjoy it all, then it's fine. It's only an arduous task and you only feel compelled to engage in tons of recreational party fun shit because you don't enjoy the work. So your version, when you say enjoy life, you are talking about escapism. You are talking about hedonism. And then those same people may look at someone like me and they say, oh, he's a workaholic, man. I wouldn't want his life. He's a workaholic. No. I wouldn't want your life, because loving what you do for a living is not some fucking disease. What sounds like hell to me, because I live like this, right? I enjoy both my work and my life. What sounds like hell to me is if you spend a third of your life doing something you don't enjoy just so you can spend another third of it doing stuff that you do enjoy. That is actually worse. All you enjoy life motherfuckers don't understand that the workaholics, most of us enjoy life more than you because we enjoy the work as well. We don't feel compelled to go party, get high, get drunk, go on vacations all the time. There's nothing wrong with those things. But if those are the only ways that you can enjoy life, then you can only enjoy life sparingly. You get little pockets of joy where the workaholics are enjoying life the entire time they are awake. And that's what I want to help you accomplish in this video. I want to break down how you can do that, because once you do that, then you can do what's required for success is to be unbalanced. But it's not an arduous task because you enjoy it all. Doesn't that sound better than sacrificing fucking 8 hours of your day, third of your life doing some shit you hate in order to spend another third of it finally doing something that you enjoy? Doesn't that sound better? Thing is, that's what's required for you to succeed. So let's break down what that looks like. What we want is massive success. That's why we're here. We want to ball, out of control. We don't want just a little money. We want mad money. Why do we want mad money? Well, because when you have more sources, you can do more for yourself, your family, everyone you love. You know, it's incredible to be rich. I've been rich and I've been poor, and I'm gonna tell you, man, being rich is better. To get massive success, you have to work more, right? You have to work more, and it's gonna have to be above average. You can't put in average effort and get above average results. There's no version of reality where that can happen. It has never happened. It never will happen, unless of course you got some big titties. But if you're watching this video, it stands to reason that you are probably a guy. There's about 2 or 3 women who watch this. We're happy to see you. You know, you might be better off just getting a fucking boob job. That'd be a way easier way for you to accomplish your goals. My girl was just born with some big titties. She had to do shit, and she ended up in a penthouse, a Miami penthouse, man. Don't have to cook clean, got motherfucking maids and shit. And all she had to do was have some big titties, right? So go get you some big titties. Stop watching this video. You know how to do all this shit. You have to work more, so you can't be balanced. So how do you enjoy life? You have to enjoy work. And just think about it. Imagine, even if you didn't want massive success, what if you just enjoyed your work? Because you got to spend time doing it anyway. All of us have to work, every one of us, except for those of us with big titties, like my girlfriend. She ain't got a job. But if you ain't got no big titties, you got to work. I mean, so you got to find a way to enjoy your work. I mean, she will put in some work when she gets back. The rent's due when she gets back, and I'm coming to collect. A lot of people say, man, I don't work. I don't want to sacrifice my family. I don't want to No, they say, I don't want to sacrifice my health, man. Work more, work so much, and then I get sick and I'm sacrificing my health. No one's asking you to do that shit, dumbass. So I'm going to lay down some rules, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Don't sacrifice health. And I'll explain how you can do that. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because if you sacrifice your health, you can't fucking work hard. If you all sick, you got the flu or the cancer or some shit, how hard can you work if you sitting around dying and shit? We don't sacrifice health. And then don't sacrifice. I'm gonna lay down these rules and show you how to do it. But don't sacrifice family. Don't sacrifice family. Well, man, you may be thinking, Brandon, well, how am I going to work more without sacrificing my health and without sacrificing my family? We are going to make a sacrifice. Here's the thing. Life is a game of trade-offs. Every time you do something or decide to do something, you're deciding not to do something else. It's always a trade-off. If you decide to go to Pizza Hut, if you're saying yes to Pizza Hut, then you're saying no to Domino's, right? It's a trade-off. If you're watching this video, that means you're not watching another video. Life is a game of trade-offs. It's always a trade-off. In the past, you've been trading off the wrong things. Those of you who want to be extremely successful. So you're going to have to sacrifice something. It's always a trade-off. So what are we going to sacrifice? We are going to sacrifice bullshit. So that may be like, hey man, maybe you don't get to watch as much Netflix as you want. Maybe you don't get to watch as much motherfucking pornography as you like to. Maybe you don't get to fucking see every sporting event. Maybe you don't get to spend all day Sunday watching football. Maybe you don't get to see every movie that comes out, right? We're going to sacrifice all the bullshit. Maybe you don't get to play as many video games. I'm not casting aspersions on any of these activities. I'm saying it's always a trade-off. So if you choose to do those things, you're not doing something else. So if you're doing the bullshit, the shit that doesn't help you accomplish your goals, then when you're doing those things, you're either sacrificing things that can help you build your health, things that can help you work more, or spending time with your family. So let's sacrifice the shit that's not important. And then how do we enjoy work more? We have to find intrinsic motivation. I'll explain how to do that. Intrinsic motivation. So it's not just about the money. Money's dope. I'm a big fan of currency. In fact, I think about it a lot. I like to make it. I like to invest it. I like to exchange it for goods and services. But I don't work hard just for the money. And I'll explain what that means, right? You have to find motivation inside of you. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Now let's start here on this side, the work more side. I gotta work more, but I can't sacrifice my health and my family. Oh, I gotta sacrifice bullshit. And you also have to plan everything in your calendar. I might sound like a broken record because I say this shit all the time, but it is the key to my success. I am nothing without this. Plan everything, calendar. What do I mean? We're going to work more. So we're going to put the hours that we're working in our calendar. We're not sacrificing health. So what are we going to do? We're going to put our health shit in our calendar. I've showed my calendar before on here. I'm not going to bring it up now, but you know, I have my fucking bedtime in there. Like every hour is accounted for every day. I know exactly what I'm doing. I have videos on how to do it. So you can go watch one of those for a recap. And then you're not sacrificing your family. So your family needs to be in your calendar. Every once in a while, people get weird, man. You shouldn't have to put your family in your calendar. No. You should put everything that's important to you in your calendar. The things I care about most are on my calendar. You know, when I'm gonna be with my son, when I'm gonna be with my nieces and nephews, trying to be there for since their father died, right? When I'm gonna be with my girlfriend, I put it in my calendar because I prioritize it. See, we're prioritizing things. So how much time do you want to spend with your family? Oh, I want to spend time with my family. How much? You motherfuckers don't even know. You don't even know how much time you want to spend with your family. You just say, I want to spend time with my family. How much, motherfucker? Like, let's be deliberate about this shit. I don't care how much it is. You want to spend 40, 50 hours with your family? You can. I mean, you can't though, right? Because kids got shit to do, right? Kids got school. Children and teenagers need to sleep like close to 10 hours a night, especially like young kids. Fucking, they got to sleep 10 hours a night. They got school. Then they got fucking homework. They got after school shit and their own friends. Your kids ain't got fucking 40 hours to spend with you. I want to spend time with my family. Let's be specific about it. And then find out exactly how much time you want to spend with them and then put it in your calendar. Like, really plan it, right? Because what's the alternative? The alternative is you're just gonna fucking leave it to chance. But if you do that, you're gonna waste so much time and you're not gonna get as much done. And the truth is, if you start to enjoy work the way I'm gonna teach you how, you're gonna have to put everything else in your calendar. Otherwise, you're gonna get around to it. And then what's gonna suffer? Whatever's not in your calendar. So we want to plan all these things in our calendar. It's critical. But then the last part of this is finding intrinsic motivation. Now, to be clear, before we even get there, if you're spending enough time with your family, whatever time you feel like is appropriate, and you're not sacrificing your health, it might be the first time some of you motherfuckers prioritize your health. Put your workouts in your calendar, right? You'll probably be healthier than you ever be. Fucking relationships will probably end up being better. Like if your girl's complaining, oh, we don't spend enough time together, because she's not in your calendar. She's probably fucking right. She's probably not tripping. She's probably right. You got it all in your calendar. Now you don't feel guilty when you're working more. That alone is going to help you work more because you don't feel guilty and you know that your important things are being prioritized. Your family, your health, and work. That's all there is. Everything else is bullshit. But how do we enjoy work more? We got to have intrinsic motivation. How do we do that? We have to look at work as a way of fulfilling our potential, right? So it's not just work for money. Work needs to become a means for fulfilling your potential, because how else do you do it? You don't fulfill your potential by partying. You don't fulfill your potential by being on vacation, do you? There's no way. There's no way to fulfill your potential with recreation. Recreation doesn't fulfill your potential. Accomplishment fulfills your potential, right? Being the best what? The best father, right? Being in tip-top shape and making a ton of fucking money, right? And we want to look at work not just as a way to make money, but we want to look at all of this as like, no, I'm not just living life. I'm not waiting for the fucking clock to strike 5 so I can fucking party and bullshit or engage in some recreation activity. No. I'm trying to fulfill my potential. Because instead of enjoying life with hedonism the way other people are talking about it, once you look at life like this, now you enjoy life by pushing yourself, seeing how much you can push yourself each day, seeing how much you can accomplish, striving for excellence at work, with your family, with your health, actually trying to be the best you can be. You can't be the best you can be on vacation. You can't be the best you can be watching the game. You can't be the best you can be at the movies. The only way to fulfill your potential is to be the best father, right? The best husband or whatever you got going on, and to fucking make as much money as possible. Everything else is bullshit. And the beauty of it is once you start looking at life and work from that perspective, and again, we're not sacrificing health or family. I know you guys make a big deal about that. We're not doing that. But we're working as much as possible, because now we sacrificed all the bullshit. That's not how you're going to enjoy life anymore. You'll start to enjoy the act of becoming the best version of yourself you can be. A switch flips. And then you'll be like Ty was when he was working super hard. He enjoyed that shit, man. I swear, I was there. I could tell when somebody enjoys their work versus when they're just working. And he enjoyed it. He talks about balance now because he may have forgot how hard he worked because it didn't feel like work. This is a man who lived in the house with his video team, right? And all his employees, they had offices in there. I was in there, man, with all the homies, man. Ty's the man. Like, I'm not taking nothing against him. When he talks about this balance shit, he may have forgotten how hard he worked? Because it didn't feel like work. That's how I love that shit. That's actually the key to success. If you don't enjoy the work, then how do you put in above average work ethic? It becomes a super arduous task, and that person doesn't enjoy life. We want to blend it all together so we can work more, because working above average work is required for above average results. And the only way to do that and still enjoy life is to learn to enjoy work. And you do that when you start looking at work as a means, as a vehicle to fulfill your potential, as a vehicle to be the best man you can be, to leave it all on the field, right? And you can't do that partying and going on vacation. There's nothing wrong with those things, but those things fit into this category, the things that have to be sacrificed for you to do this. And to be clear, it's a sacrifice either way. If you're not willing to sacrifice for your goal, then the goal becomes a sacrifice. Never believe that you can get away without sacrificing. There is always a sacrifice, one way or the other. You have to decide which sacrifice you want to make. And if you do that, and if you choose wisely, then you will actually be unstoppable, because it's not difficult to outwork other people once you approach it with this attitude, because the average person is a lazy asshole. It's so easy to outwork these motherfuckers and run circles around them once you adopt this mindset. And I have some more videos that will help you on that path. Make sure you check that out right now.